Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to episode 18 of the DrewCast. I almost said so. Don't edit that out, actually. I'm an idiot. Don't edit that out. Anyways, guys, we got a jam-packed show tonight. Like we always fucking do. And I cussed within the first 30 seconds too. So there you go. You know what I mean? If we were monetized, bye money. Bye. Bye money. We're going to start off. Okay. I'm in a good mood, guys. So we're going to have good vibes tonight. Okay. We're going to start off with a meme. Well, technically it is a meme, but it's an image that I saw online. Bro, this might be hard for some of you. This might be hard. All right. But the picture on the screen that's in front of me right here, OG Cartoon Network shows, you got to choose 3. Now, this one is going to be hard for, I would say this for people in our age range, for people who like in our era, because people who are older than us and younger than us, they kind of fall in like a weird spot where like, I don't think a lot of these shows matter to younger people and older people, because older people, I don't think were watching the shit. If they were, older people, comment below, you know what I mean? But so it says choose 3. Now on the screen, I believe there's 9. We got Teen Titans, Ed, Edd n Eddy, Courage the Cowardly Dog, Dexter's Laboratory, and before I continue, Dexter's mom was thick, bro.
Cause her ass big enough to sit a cup on her booty.
Dexter's mom had ass, dog. We got Ben 10, probably the worst show on this list.
I was gonna say, I think Ben 10 is like I don't think it's like older than not older. It's newer than the rest of these, I would assume.
Yeah,
I feel like that was like Dooney's
the age range.
Mm-hmm.
We got Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends, Samurai Jack, Powerpuff Girls. Oh yeah, and we got the codename Kids Next Door. So we have to choose 3, bro. Damn it, dude. Damn it. I feel like there's harder things to choose, but this one seems like this is the kicker. This right here. Okay, I'm gonna make my first choice. So my first choice, I gotta go with that Ed and Eddy, bro. I'm gonna do it. Classic show. They weren't brothers or anything, right? Yeah, they weren't brothers. They were just 3 friends. And all they wanted was jawbreakers, bro. And they were just grifters. They were the original grifters, bro. They would do anything for quarters and like money, and you know, Eddie would be like, oh, double D, and like that was Ed, but Ed would be like, oh, 7, and it was hella funny. One of my favorite parts about the show though was just like their chemistry. Like you had like, you know, Eddie was like the grifter, always trying to get quarters and money off people. Double D was like the smart one who was like, you know, hey, Double D, why are you hanging out with these guys? And then Ed was, you know, he was just Ed, you know what I mean? And was it a play on words, like Special Ed? Like, 'cause, you know, Ed was like kind of like the slower one of the group, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to say the word, you know, if Josh would say the word, the R word, you know what I mean? But so I'm gonna choose Ed, Edd n Eddy. Do you agree with that pick, their son?
Mm-hmm.
You agree with that pick? So cool. We're on the same page here, okay? But yeah, okay. So the second one I'd pick out of the ones we have on the screen, I'm gonna go with Courage the Cowardly Dog. Now, the reason I picked that show is because, like a lot of people, that show used to freak the fuck out of me, dude. Bro, they had some scary shit in Courage the Cowardly Dog. Am I wrong? I'm not wrong. They did, dude. Like, I remember being a kid, and there were certain episodes where it's like, this is on Cartoon Network? Like, there was just one episode, and I'll probably ended up looking this up during the editing, where, I don't know if you remember this, Justin, but Courage is walking down the street, and like this old man comes out of an alleyway, and he's like, "Oh, can you give this to my wife?" I gotta look it up. But then like a monster eats him, and that was just hella sad, bro. I don't know. There's just certain things about the show that were hella freaky. Not only that, they lived out in the middle of the desert, so obviously, right. So my last pick, this is gonna be a tough one because we got fucking bangers left. We got bangers, and damn it, dude. I think I'm gonna go with Codename Kids Next Door, dude.
That's my exact 3.
Yeah.
I was just about to say
Oh,
that my
really?
exact 3. That's it.
Yeah, I mean, Codename Kids Next Door, I mean, that was such a fun show. You know? And like, who was the villain? He was like, Codename Kids Next Door. Like he was like a dark shadow guy, wasn't he?
Mm-hmm.
He must have been a fucking freak being obsessed with kids. Let's be honest. he was probably into some human trafficking. Because he'd always be like, the girl named kids next door. I will destroy you. You're going to destroy kids? Is that what we're doing? But yeah, no, comment below, guys. I'd really like to know. Really, I truly do. Was me and Justin's picks wrong? Do you guys pick something different? I don't know, but I think Ricky's I think Warren and I think Rickey would be a Samurai Jack type of guy. Warren would probably pick Powerpuff Girls. He's soft, kid. You know what I mean? Josh, I think Josh would pick Ben 10. I don't know. Josh seems like a Ben 10 type of guy. He gives me Ben 10 vibes, bro. He really, truly does, dude. But yeah, comment below, guys. I do. We want to know. Next segment, I got. So cringe of the week. I want to make this quick. I don't want this to be a rant. But earlier this week, I was making memes about our stepdad. Me and Dustin had a stepdad back in the day. Well, we've had multiple stepdads. Pause, but you know what I mean. We were making fun of him, and Josh was actually making fun of one of his stepdads. Well, I don't think he considers him a stepdad, but so the reason I'm bringing this up is because I had and this is a true story. This is a true story. So I had a stepdad who my mom ends up leaving him. Then his life goes to shit. His life went to shit, dude. And we're not gonna pretend. He's actually from one of the shittiest towns in America too. Let's be honest. It's one of the shittiest towns in America. And so years later, my brother Travis, I have a little brother named Travis. We call him Dooney though. Shout out Dooney, fan of the show. So Dooney's like, hey, I reconnect with my dad. I was literally in the same room as this guy, and obviously, who's ever in the same room as their dad, right? You know what I mean? But so Dooney goes, yeah, he ended up becoming brain dead from a bunch of shit, and not surprising, by the way. And he's like, oh, so my dad didn't really remember me. I was like, oh, and in the moment, right? I'm like, hey, that's actually kind of sad. My bad, bro. My condolences. That type of fake shit. And because I don't like my stepdad at all, but like obviously I love my brother, and I want my brother to find some peace with this situation. And I think this is so cringy. So my brother goes, but he remembered his hate for you. Like, oh yeah, dude? He's like, yeah, he remembers that like you were afraid of squirrels, which by the way, everybody, that's not true. That's not true. Justin, was I ever afraid of squirrels?
That I remember, no.
Yeah, exactly, bro. That's how brain dead he is. He's basically a vegetable. Nah, I'm playing. Can you imagine? No, he's like drooling and shit. Nah, that's fucked up. But no. So he goes. He remembers his hatred for me, and how much of an F word I am. I don't want to say what the actual F word is, but I'm an F word. Oh yeah, but he doesn't remember his son. You know what? You know what doesn't make sense about that story, Dustin? How would you know to bring me up if you don't remember your son? Does that make sense, Justin? Like, let's say I don't remember you, right? I don't remember you, but I remember your daughter. How would I remember your daughter if I don't remember you? How would I know to say, hey, does your daughter still like princess stuff? But I don't remember you. Does that make sense? No, it doesn't, bro. It does not make sense. So he's lying. Hey, the lie detector test determined you're not a vegetable. You're not brain dead. You're just a fucking idiot, dude. That's what you are. Bro, I can imagine. That's the cringe. I can imagine being in the same room as your son. I don't remember you, but I remember that your older brother is the F word. Come on, bro. And this is who my mom got with for 13 years? This is who she drafted? Yeah, it's a bust. It's a draft pick bust, bro. Number 1 pick down the drain. That's what my mom brought home. You know what I mean? My mom leaves my real dad while all excited. I was like 5 years old. We were celebrating. It looked like the end of episode 6 on Star Wars. Ba, 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 ba. We're all celebrating. Then my mom brings home this guy. Okay? And my dad's Mexican. So when she brings home a white guy, I was like, fuck, finally some stability. Finally, you know what I mean? Finally somebody who's normal. You know what I mean? And no offense, but then he ended up being the craziest motherfucker ever.
It's like the polar opposite.
He's the polar opposite. Yeah, you're damn correct. He's the polar opposite. You're damn correct. Cool. The
Like
first,
the good whites and the bad whites.
He's the bad white.
He was a bad white.
Yeah. Yeah, he's the bad white. So years later, years down the road, mom should have stopped after 5 years. You shouldn't have had a kid with the mom. Now I love William and Dooney. They're my brothers, bro. And you guys know when it comes to family on the show, they're everything to me, dog. You know what I mean? So how can we make it to where he doesn't exist, Justin, but we still have Dooney and Travis and William? How do we do that? Hey, mom, you don't fuck him, but we still get our brothers. I'll take that deal. Hey, what's behind door 2? Ding dong, I'm picking that fucking door. That's cringe. And in general, stepdads are cringy. Let's not kid ourselves here. Stepdads, not every stepdad. There's a lot of stepdads who actually try. There really is. And I give you guys all the credit in the world because I know some people write us in. Some people in the comments, we know who they are. They're gonna come in the comments about stepdads, but I'm a good stepdad, and I. That's all. You know what I mean? Why does that happen every time I say something? Can I not just say something? Every time I say something, someone comes on. But I'm a good stepdad, but not all I don't give a fuck, dog. I don't care, bro. I had 2 horrible stepdads, so I don't give a fuck, dude. I had a black uncle, dude. I had a black uncle at one point who my mom fucked, but my mom's racist. So my mom's racist, and she fucked my black uncle. That sounds like some hillbilly shit. So my life isn't some grand, illusions of grandeur here, bro. So don't come on this fucking comment section talking about, but I'm a good stepdad and I stepped to the plate. You know what you should have stepped to? You know what plate you should have stepped to? A plate of food. That's what plate you should have stepped to. Not a plate where there's other people's kids in it. Okay? And like I said, there is hella good stepdads, bro. There really is. And I commend them. I do. Bravo, bro. But the bad stepdads, bye. Bye, bad stepdads. But, dude, that's all I got to say about the cringy stepdad shit. Because I'm not, you know what I mean? Well, we don't got time for all that shit, dude. We really don't. So next segment, we are going to get into... So I talked about WandaVision a couple episodes ago. First 2 episodes are not my cup of tea. They really aren't. I think it's episode 3, 4, and so far, amazing. So Elizabeth Olsen, she says the WandaVision finale will have a massive cameo on the same level as Luke Skywalker and The Mandalorian. You can't write a check that big that your ass can't cash. And I don't think Elizabeth Olsen said this without, you know what I mean? She had to have realized that this statement's pretty big. Who's bigger than Mark Hamill as Luke Skywalker and The Mandalorian?
Tony.
Huh? Tony Stark?
Mm-hmm.
But why?
That wouldn't make any sense, though.
Yeah, but that wouldn't. So I saw online someone said that they think Sir Ian McKellen as Magneto, right?
Mm-hmm.
Makes sense because Magneto is her father in the comics. Disney has the rights to the mutants again and the X-Men. So let's incorporate the X-Men into this. And who better than, you know what I mean? Let's say he comes to a door. Logan, where's my dad? Oh, or Hugh Jackman is Logan, bro. Is that not on the same level? Is that not on the same level?
Why I think they wouldn't is because he's their universe's Quicksilver's dad. Yeah. Their universe's Quicksilver, that was his little arc is trying to tell Michael Fassbender, I guess it might have been, they're like, hey, you're my dad. But he didn't. So if they brought him in, then they would have to explain why the other Quicksilver, her actual brother in that series, I don't think they could cross. I don't know.
That'd be insane, bro. I mean, but okay, I got one. Okay. So I was thinking the rumors of Spider-Man, how Tom Holland's going to be with Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire. What about Tobey Maguire Spider-Man, bro? Is that on the table? Is that on the table? Bro, that connects the Spider-Man movie that they're making with the show, with the MCU. It connects. I don't think it will be Tobey Maguire Spider-Man, but I'm trying to think. And then the crazy thing is Paul Bettany comes out and goes, hey, I was super excited to work with this person. And I've been wanting to work with them. he's already done work with Sir Ian McKellen. So maybe Paul Bettany just said that as like, hey, let's throw them off the trail. Because, they have NDAs and shit, and they're not allowed to spoil shit. So maybe they're like, hey, just go out there and say this. So that way it's thrown up. So, yeah, comment below, guys. Who do you think Elizabeth Olsen is talking about? I'm excited, bro. If it is Sir Ian McKellen, like, hello, Wanda. I'm trying to do I could do a hella good Sir Ian McKellen voice, but it's usually the Lord of the Rings version. Like, Frodo Baggins, Logan, didn't know you were gay, Logan. Would you like to accompany me with butt sex? Would you partake in butt play, Logan? Oh, yeah. Speaking of Disney Plus, no. You know what I mean? Like this. Okay, so the tweet goes, hear me out. Okay, I'm listening. An entire Disney Plus show about Jimmy Woo just working weird cases in the MCU, like a fun X-Files. Make it happen. And I'm going to say, no. You hear me out? You hear me out. No. No, let's just cut that out the chase. No. I don't want an MCU version of the X-Files where it's fun. What about that sounds fun?
Didn't they kind of already do Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and that wasn't that successful?
Yeah, and they try to connect it with other things, and you know what I mean? Like, oh, hey, hear me out? No. So we don't want to, no, fuck no. And no offense to Jimmy Woo, he's probably an amazing guy. One of those actors that's like, hey, why isn't there a fucking an Asian Superman? Like, hey, because Jimmy Woo. No. Hear me out, Jimmy Woo? No. So, hey, no, but speaking of an Asian Superman, we might have to make it happen now because I said it. We might have to do it. I don't know what an Asian Superman would look like, but he might be fucking fantastic, dude. He might be. Yeah, sorry. I'm not trying to get sidetracked. So next topic we're going to address on this show tonight. I came across this image online. Now, this image shows Rob Zombie and his wife. The image says, imagine if Rob Zombie got clearance from DC producers to make and direct his own twist on Harley Quinn and Joker in their later years, casting himself and Sherry Moon. It would shake the box office to its core. That's a little dramatic. It's going to shake the box office? No. You know what shakes the box office? Thanos. That's what shakes the fucking box office. Robert Downey Jr. and Star Wars, that's what shakes the box office. But what are your thoughts on that, bro? A Rob Zombie and Sherry Moon Joker and Harley Quinn movie. That would be fire, bro. They kind of already look. So, before you say anything, The Three from Hell. Have you seen that movie?
Yeah, no, those movies are good. But when he tried to make an adaptation of like Halloween,
it wasn't my cup of tea.
Yeah, so I can imagine him trying to make another adaptation of something and it not going.
It's not working
so
out well.
His own movies are cool.
When I watched Three from Hell, Sherry Moon is one of the characters in it, and
I think me and you talked about that one. We watched it together.
Yeah, she'd make a good Harley Quinn, like a twisted, sick Harley Quinn. Now, the reason I'm gonna say no to this is because something you said. What he does with already established property is Rob Zombie will take it and just, you know what I mean? Like, you can tell when it's a Rob Zombie movie. There's a bunch of rape scenes and gore, and like everything has to be gore and rape.
That's fine because that's like his thing.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, whatever. But I don't. He would try to. I feel like that's cool, okay? Because that's his thing. But he's too over the top sometimes.
Yeah, and
where it's to the point where like it's not realistic. It's like corny.
And I would be afraid that he would do that for a Joker.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'd be like, fuck, I kind of want to see it, though. I want to see it, but I'd be like, I don't know if I want to see Joker, like, like, he kind of looks like, I don't know. I would love to see that. I would. But we already know, dude, what's going to happen. There's going to be a hella gore, and, like, it's just like, you know what I mean? And then when she does her stuff in like the Three from Hell or Devil's Rejects, she kind of does it overboard too, and I think she would do that. If I'm not mistaken, I think she would try to incorporate her Three from Hell character. Like, I'm a bad girl, and like it just sometimes it comes across like too much acting. Maybe I'm wrong. Guys, comment below. Would you want to see Rob Zombie and his wife as Joker and Harley Quinn? So I wanted to address something that Chrissy Teigen said on Twitter because this shit is hilarious, dude. She, like, okay, so celebrities, and this is something that I would want to go in further with somebody, like if they ever wanted to talk about this, because it's very fascinating, actually, by the way. So to say that celebrities are like away from reality is an understatement, because a lot of them just say and do certain things and it's like, bro, most of your fans cannot relate to you. Like they really just, they can't. So in the first tweet she says, what's the most expensive thing you've eaten and that you thought sucked? So for me, I'm probably gonna say a McChicken. That's probably what I'm gonna choose. Nah, like, can you imagine how that'd be? Okay, so realistically, if I'm gonna answer this tweet, I'm like, okay, what's the most expensive thing I ever ate? Blah blah blah. Right? I can't think of anything. I really can't think of like something that I've spent hella money on that I thought sucked. Can you? Like off the top, like, oh, what's something that you spent hella money on?
Went to the Cheesecake Factory in Tequila.
Okay,
It was like the whole meal was like 70 something.
I
I don't
agree with
fucking
you on
know, and
that.
it was ass.
yeah, I agree with you. Me and Emily.
Not no fucking 13 racks on wine, but
Okay, so I agree with you. Me and Emily went to the Cheesecake Factory. We spent about $100. They fucking microwaved our food. It
It
was
was
hella
trash.
garbage. The service was trash. Yeah, you're right. Cheesecake Factory.
not only that, but we waited like fucking 40 minutes in line.
You
Well, not
waited
in
40?
line, but there was like a waiting period where
For
like
40?
yeah, we got there, so like okay, cool.
What
We
is
are-
what is up with the Cheesecake Factory?
Oh.
Like, and they didn't Drake shout them out on the song?
Mhm.
Why, Drake? You know you had the same experience that we all had. You know you had to wait in line, Drake. But Drake probably not. Maybe. That's how shitty the Cheesecake Factory is. Maybe they did make Drake wait in line. But our second tweet. One time, John and I were at a restaurant and the waiter recommended a nice Chardonnay, or I don't know what the fuck that is.
Cabernet.
Cabernet. I'm not rich, bro. I don't fucking know. And I'm like, can you imagine? We got the bill and it was $13,000. She tweeted this, bro. How do you casually recommend that wine? We didn't even finish it and it had been cleared. Bro, that's what I'm saying. So she's allowed to tweet about her life because this is what she you know what I mean? But most people that follow you, Chrissy, they don't give a fuck. They don't. $13,000? Some people would kill you for that, bro. If you know what I mean?
Yeah, this is not a pandemic tweet, dude.
Yeah, this is not a pandemic tweak, and Kim was doing that too. Remember Kim with her birthday party? Like
Yeah.
everybody was tested, and then the pictures, nobody was wearing masks, and
Like
everybody
on their
got.
fucking own island and shit.
Rich people be lying, dog. We got vaccinated and tested before we came, and tested when we landed, and tested every night, and they lie. Are they getting tested every day? Are they? No, dude. Are they? Do you think they get tested every day, Dustin?
No.
Exactly, bro. But that's what rich people say. I got tested every day and I got a vaccinate. I got 2 vaccines. You know what I mean? They just lie about a bunch of fucking shit. So a lot of people in the tweets were giving her shit about this. So she says, hey, not everything I say on my Twitter is going to be relatable to you because it is my life and my Twitter and my stories. I see your tweets. I get your jokes. You are so funny. Yes, you really nailed me. She's hella butthurt, bro. She's fucking butthurt, dude. She's hella fucking butthurt. I mean, Chrissy, what did you think? I'm not saying I dislike Chrissy Teigen. Some of her takes, just like this one. This is a bad take, Chrissy. Just take it. I mean, just take the bad takes with the good ones, bro. Like come on, bro. Nobody can relate to spending $13,000 and laughing about it. I mean, one day we might be laughing. One day we might be laughing about spending $13,000 on something, but I'm not going to tweet about it. I'm not going to tweet about it. I'm not going to be like, hey, me and Dustin just spent $20K on a fucking lobster that wasn't really that good. Next. Could someone recommend me another lobster? We won't tweet about it, though. We might do it. But I'm kind of thinking to a certain extent, like, when do celebrities just not talk about, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Maybe like when they're on Clubhouse together and they're talking amongst other celebrities.
I was gonna say that's probably something you should talk with your friends about, not tweet at the world.
Yeah, because a lot of the people that you're tweeting to are angry. They just stormed the Capitol and like they got caught and they're angry. And they're fucking butthurt. They're poor. They're the same people that are on Facebook all night. I didn't get my stimulus. Everybody got their second, but I didn't get my first. Where's my stimulus? And it's a lot of people who didn't get their stimuluses.
She's like, oh, I spent 13,000.
Yeah.
13,000.
13,000, Chrissy? Hey, guess what? I'll do anything for 13,000. Oh, yeah. So if you spend 13,000 on wine, that just means someone like me, I'll do it. I'll do anything for 13,000. Try me. Comment below, guys. Would you also do anything for 13,000? Well, see, as I'm saying, a lot of the people that watch us, right? They're just like us too. Most of us work at the same place. Most of us live in, that's what I'm saying. Like, come on, Chrissy, dog. You know what I mean? Last topic tonight, guys. This is the last topic tonight. This is a huge one. This is a huge one. So in the early 2000s, the CIA had to declassify a document called the Gateway Tapes. It's there's so much paperwork that goes into this. It's a huge read, okay? And it feels very convoluted. But if you actually take the time to read these CIA documents, it is fucking insane, the Gateway Tapes, okay? So, I'm gonna talk about it briefly, and I'm gonna touch up on some of the topics that I've read and heard about and watched. Me myself, because me and you talked about it before we shot us in. So me myself, I'm gonna go do more research about this. We could talk about it on other episodes if you guys want, or if you're interested, let me know. So basically, to run it all down, the CIA, I was in the 80s, they were doing experiments with like meditation and stuff that's linked to lucid dreaming and a bunch of other crazy shit. So they call this place, if you can enter the gateway process, they call this place the Absolute. Now that kind of sounds like Stranger Things. And what was the name of the place in Stranger Things?
Upside Down.
Yeah, the Upside Down. So in the Absolute, you're not limited to like what we are limited to here. So for instance, we're limited to space and time in this dimension. Well, I guess in the Absolute, you're not limited to that. You can obtain this by meditating. So people who are like listening to certain frequencies, meditation. I saw a guy's video where he said it was basically like being catapulted into a different like dimension. Like you're in like this whole different space. He claims you can go any place, anytime. That's why I think a lot of people that talk about the Gateway Tapes, they talk about time traveling. Because that sounds like time traveling, right? Going to any place, anytime in the universe, on Earth, like instantly. Which is funny because Emily the other day was talking about like, oh, I would want to go back in time and see who killed John Benet Ramsey. Well, can you imagine like going through the gateway, right? You're in the Absolute and you go to that day? That would be fucking freaky, bro. That would be freaky. Or like, you know what I mean? That would be super creepy, dude. They link it to lucid dreaming because I don't know if a lot of you know about lucid dreaming, but obviously some people experience it where you're able to control your dreams, right? Or you're able to control some part of your dream state. So, someone pointed out on TikTok, they kind of broke down what the documents talk about. So if you guys end up reading it, it goes into this, but in their own like CIA smart people terms. It talks about where you go when you die, what consciousness is. They kind of insinuate that our universe is a hologram, which, bro, that would mean simulation time. All my simulator people, let's fucking go. Time travel, which would be, being able to go to any place, anytime. How to send telepathic messages. So this one was a good one because me and Justin saw a video where the guy was talking about in the experiments in the 80s, they had two people on one side of the country and the other side of the country. And they were able to like, and like they had like a sketch pad or a notepad with like letters and numbers, and they were able to like see and guess the numbers. That's insane, bro. That is so fucking insane. So imagine like you can use that in war. Like if you're in war with another country and you're able to have like a soldier who can get through the gateway process into the Absolute, you'd be able to send him messages and him send you messages. That's fucking crazy, bro. So the guy in the video, and I'll leave a link below, I think it's called like it was off a podcast, and I apologize. I'll have Justin put up the name of it right here and or a picture of it. In the podcast, they talk about how aliens, like when you go into the Absolute, a lot of people end up seeing aliens because aliens have been around for millions of years, that they can just sit in the Absolute. They can just be there. And, that's why a lot of people who, when they do DMT, they're like, oh, I saw beings and entities, like, because they're able to like interdimensional travel, which A lot of people, when you talk about aliens, bro, like they don't say extraterrestrial, they say interdimensional. That's fucking, dude. This sounds like Stranger Things, dude. It was Stranger Things trying to tell us something. I mean, that's kind of what it seems like, dude. So, because the guy was like, "Hey, I was able to go and I went and visited my mom and sister. I was able to like talk to them like in their minds, like, hey, it's time to talk. It's time to, make up and heal this thing." He wakes up the next morning and his mom's like, "Hey," she emailed him and his mom's like, "Hey, I think it's time we talk. I think it's time we fix things." So I don't know, man. He was able to, and a lot of people have different experiences in the absolute. A lot of this has to do with meditation, bro. A lot of it has to do with meditation. And a lot of people don't have time for that. I mean, I'm going to start trying to practice it for sure. I would love to obtain that knowledge. Something that I was very interested in though, guys, meditation, hypnosis, were all, so in the documents, they claim that they are all outlets to access the gateway. So people, when people make fun of you, like, "Oh, you went to hypnosis or you did this," it's like, yeah, hey, that's actually a way to get to this gateway. One time on Facebook, I remember a guy was telling me like, "Hey, you're following the law of attraction. The more you keep saying you're gonna make it big in podcasting, the more you say you're gonna get big, it's gonna happen. You're like manifesting it." In the document, the CIA, they call this manifestation biofeedback. It's real, dude. You know how people say like it was kind of like one of those things that someone like you would just say it and it's like, "Oh, if you believe in it, it'll happen." And like that's real. They call it biofeedback. And I don't know. I know I annoy the shit out of my cousin James with the constant, "We're gonna make it big and we're gonna be big and rich and we're gonna be able to take care of our family." And I'm following the laws of attraction. The more I speak it into existence, the more I talk about it. That's it right there. We'll get it. We'll get it. I know the fuck out of everybody, but with it, but like I'm following the laws of attraction. We're gonna make it big. We're gonna make it. This podcast is gonna make money. We're good. I was very interested in that. So if you guys are interested in more of the Gateway tapes, I'm going to do some more research on it, and hopefully I'll be more knowledgeable about it the next time I speak on it. I just broke it down, some of the most interesting parts. Like the universe is a hologram. Like, what, bro? Like, that's insane, bro. Like they speak about it in the document. So if you guys are interested, download those documents, read it for yourself. Hit me up, man. Hit me up. If you guys end up reading it, I would love to know what your thoughts on it are, because that's some like, and we had some more CIA documents that were declassified recently about UFOs and shit. That might be an interesting read too. And I heard those UFO documents are hella long. And a lot of people aren't going to read it because of how long and convoluted it feels and looks. So I know a lot of people aren't into reading. A lot of people want easy breakdowns. So that might be something I'm interested in doing if you guys are interested in, hearing about that. Yeah, and so before I end tonight off, guys, thank you guys for so on the audio platform, Spotify and Apple Podcasts, it's been a success. Awesome. This type of stuff, I always say it's not easy having like, we're in like a cycle right now. We're in a wheel, Justin and me are in this wheel. And it's sometimes it's fun, sometimes it's not. Like last week's episode, we almost didn't get no fucking footage because things wanted to act up. Things wanted to say, "Oh, clip is corrupted." It's like the week we talk about Men in Black. Is that the week it's gonna be corrupted? Is that what you're telling me? We ended up fixing it, so it's stuff like that that's kind of annoying. But everything else has been fun about this process. Obviously, like the potential of how big this can get is always fun. Last week, I think the actual podcast has like 10 comments on it. That's fucking amazing, bro. That's so cool, dude. Like Fran, Roberto, and all them who are commenting and like actually supporting and shit. That's hella fun, dude. So I want to thank you guys for that, for your continued goddamn support, dude. Jen, I think her Facebook has transformed into my podcast. So, anyways, thank you, Josh. What the fuck, dude? It's not funny. Like that's literally not funny. It's not funny. It's like literally not funny.
Okay, so do your take.
No, we're not doing the take. I'm keeping this. I'm keeping this. This is how fucking retarded my family is, dude. Jesus. Yeah, don't edit this out, bro. I'm dead ass serious. Don't edit What time are we at?
36.
All right, cool. Until next time.